Morning class 5th. Today we will read a new chapter, that is 6th chapter of our SST book. It's Greenland, the land of ice and snow. First of all, I'll give you some introduction about this chapter. So Greenland is the largest island in the world that is not a continent. First of all, we have to understand that what does an island called? A piece of land. What is an island? A piece of land which is covered, which is surrounded by water by its four sides, that is called an island. When the piece of land covered by water, surrounded by water by its three sides, that is called peninsula, and that piece of land that is surrounded by water by its four sides, that is called island. So that Greenland is an island, largest island, but it is not a continent. It is self-governing province of Denmark, means it has a government and rules, and it is under the Denmark province. What's the capital? Nuuk. Which is the capital of this that Greenland? Nuuk is the capital. N-W-K, Nuuk. Nuuk is the capital of Greenland. Earlier it was known as the Gotthard. Earlier the name of Nuuk was Gotthard. First European who visited Greenland was Erik the Red. He gave the island its name, or we call Erik Norse. Erik Norse, the full name of N-O-R-S-E, Norse. So the Erik Norse was the person who found out this island and gave its name. So what the introduction is saying? That Greenland is the world's 12th largest country. Well, Greenland is the world's 12th largest country, and it's the largest island. It is also world's largest island. So question being asked from you that which is the largest island? So the answer is Greenland. Yes, of course, which is not a continent. It is located in the Arctic Circle between Arctic Ocean and North Atlantic Ocean. Means when you see that this is the earth, so it is in the Arctic Circle. Means this is, we said that the Atlantic Ocean and North Pole, it is present here. So and it is just 650 kilometers away from the North Pole. Here this point is, we call that North Pole. This is the North Pole, and it is only 650 kilometers away. And you also know that the poles are very frigid. Poles are coming in the frigid zone. So only it is 600 kilometers far away from the North Pole. So how cold it is, you can imagine. So it comes in the frigid zone also. Erik Norse, a Scandinavian explorer, named it Greenland. It is a part of Denmark. That's why it is under the Denmark province. It is a part of Denmark. Nuuk is the capital of the Greenland. N-W-K, Nuuk. N-W-K, Nuuk is the capital of Greenland. Yes, and the people who are living here are called Eskimos. Eskimos or Inuits, or they call themselves Inuits. Eskimos and Inuits. So this is the introduction about Greenland. Now further we will see the climate, vegetation, agriculture, wildlife, people, how people are living in this in so extreme cold place. All these things we have learned further. Okay, first of all, see each and everything very clearly. First we will read the climate of Greenland. What's the climate of Greenland? As you see that in that picture, that this is the Arctic Circle passes through the southern part of the Greenland, and you can see that it's a northern part and it's a southern part. So this Arctic Circle is passing through the in the southern, and because of this most of the part is coming in the frigid zone in the northern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, this most of the part is coming in the frigid zone. This region is also called tundra region. That's why this region is also called tundra region. Tundra means extremely cold. So Greenland has a polar climate. It has a polar climate because it is only 650 kilometers away from the North Pole. That's why it is most of the part is coming in the polar region, polar climate. Polar climate means that throughout everywhere you are going in front, if you see east, west, north, south, everywhere there is only snow, only ice is there. So that's why it is called as the polar climate. It is extremely cold and harsh. Chilly winds blows in this region. Most of the times the temperature is below 0 degrees Celsius. Most of the time throughout the year that the temperature is below 0 degree Celsius. The average daily temperature ranges from -8 degree to 7 degree Celsius. Heavy snowfall also takes place except for the coastal area. Means this is the coastal area, except there is the warm climate. So coastal areas are facing the warm climate. Okay. Heavy 80% of Greenland is covered with snow. Means this is 80%, 81% part is covered with snow. This part is little bit warm, so most of the people living here in the southern part, most of the people living here, and in this northern part, because it is coming into the frigid zone, so people are not living here. Most of the people are living in this part only. And now you will see that heavy blocks of ice sometimes push forward under their own pressure. They are called glaciers. Sometimes a large piece of ice breaks off from the ice sheet and slides into the seawater. Here you can see that. Okay, this is the large block of the ice which is separated from the mountain or somewhere else, and now it is floating in the water. So what's the unique thing about this is that we cannot, this is called the icebergs. These are called the icebergs. So what's the things about this, that these icebergs are in very huge size, but on the surface of the water we can see only little bit part of this icebergs, and we cannot imagine that how big it is under the water. We can't imagine how big it is under the water, because on the surface of the water only a little bit part we can see. So sometimes it causes accidents also, tragedies also. Like if we are talking about the Titanic, that huge ship, it is struck by the iceberg, and what the cause and massive it creates, we all know about that. So it is very dangerous for boats and ships. These icebergs are very dangerous. While floating in the seawater, 90% of icebergs remains underwater. Means you can imagine that only it is 90% and it is 10%. We can see only 10% part of the iceberg, so we can't imagine how deep it is. So it is very dangerous for ship. During heavy fog, these icebergs are not visible. Even one more thing, it is in the white color. These icebergs are in the white color. So at night, during the foggy days, it is not even in the daytime it is not visible, because fog is also in the white color, so we can't clarify whether it's an iceberg or fog. The ships are in danger of colliding with these mountainous icebergs. In winter, the sun does not rise for many weeks. Because in winter, the sun does not rise for many weeks. During summer, the weather is bright and sunny. So what's the difference about winter and summer? The difference is that in winter, the sun's rays does not comes on this island, but in summer they are facing bright and sunny days. Okay, but the temperature still remains 0 degrees Celsius. Though in the summer the sun is raised out, but then also they are facing 0 degrees Celsius temperature only. Okay, so see here, 80% of Greenland always covered with ice. You can imagine in this picture, this is the summer's picture, and although the sun is there, still the all through here and there, if you see forward, backward, east, west, north, everywhere you will see only snow is there. Okay, huge and icebergs are there. The southern coast of the Greenland is warmest part of the country. As a result, most of the people live here. As I told you, the southern coast of the Greenland is southwest coast. Actually, southwest coast of the Greenland is warmest part. So most of the people is living here. Around 60,000 population they are having. That Greenland is having 60,000 population. So most of, like we will say that 90% people, means 60,000 is the population. So 90% people live in the southern part only, because this southwest part is having the warmth climate, so people are living here only. Okay, so about the vegetation, if we can assume that if all through there is only snow and ice, so how the vegetation grow here? The cold and harsh weather of the Greenland is not suitable for growth of much vegetation. Yes, of course, in ice you can imagine that in ice it is not possible to grow vegetables, na? To grow vegetables. So it is having that this part is having, this Greenland is having only cold and harsh weather, so it is not suitable for vegetation. Mosses and lichen, only these two types of grasses are growing here, and some more kind of grasses survive very well even in the harsh and cold weather. They remain buried under the ice till it is cold. In summer, as the cover of ice melt, means the upper layer of the ice melt in the summer, they grows well. Bushes and flowers also bloom in the spring season. There are no forest at all. Yes, of course, because it's having the harsh cold climate, so they are not having any kind of forest here. Nothing grows in ice covered area of Greenland. There is no forest, no crops can be grown, but some plants do grow during in summer month, like moss, lichen, and these type. And also in the southwestern part, it is a coastal area, that you can see here, it's a coastal area, so little bit grass are also growing here, and little bit more vegetation is also growing here as they can survive. Now we'll talk about the wildlife. Like, yes, wildlife. Greenland has a rich bird life and marine animals. What do we call the marine animals? Marine animals are those animals which are living in water, like puffins, squares, owl, sea eagles and kittiwakes are commonly seen birds here. The animals found in the Greenland can survive the harsh condition of this island. Yes, of course, the structure of the animals is just like the suitable for they can face this harsh climate. As you can see, all these animals are having long furs, and these furs protect them from the harsh and cold climate. They can face this harsh and cold climate. Like they include the Arctic fox and caribou, hare, mink, reindeer, polar bear and also are found here. Strong dogs, these are the huskies. These dogs are called huskies, and these huskies are very strong enough that they can pull the sledge. So what the convenience means of transport is sledge, and that sledge is pulled by these huskies dogs. That sledges are pulled by these strong dogs, these husky dogs. Okay, so the huskies are strong enough that to pull sledges. The Arctic fox has a unique ability. Okay, here one more talking about the Arctic fox. This fox has the unique ability to change the color of its furs according to changing the season. So this fox can change the colors of its furs according to changing the season. So this is the unique thing about the fox. Whales, seals, dolphins and more than 300 species of fishes. It's very much amount in number. 300 species of fishes are found in this island. Seals and whales are found along the coast and are hunted by people. Because of the low vegetation, this is the food. This hunting of fishes is the main food and occupation for this people, those are living here. Okay, this is up to that climate and wildlife. Now we will talk about the agriculture and industry. Agriculture and industries. Large scale agriculture is not possible as there is not the suitable climate of vegetation. So large scale industries are not found here in the Greenland as it is covered with snow. Garden, vegetables and fruits are grown on a small scale. Vegetables are grown on a small scale. So industry, if we'll talk about that, Greenland does not have any large scale industry. Fishing and fish processing are the major industries. Fish processing is the major industry in Greenland. Fish processing is the major industry in Greenland. Okay, hides and skins, whaling and small shipyard activities are also other some important industries. Coal, zinc, gold, uranium, platinum and diamond mining are also flourishing the industries. Because this island is very beautiful, that's why the tourism industry is also gaining importance in recent year. Now the people are living, first of all they are calling the nomads. Nomads are those people those are not living or not built their permanent houses on one place. They are moving from one place to another, and they are built their tents, igloos, and they live in that temporary house. But now the passing of the years, the Eskimos, the Inuits are living a settled life here, so government is also helping to improving their lifestyle. That's why the government is improving and stabilizing so many industries here, like gold, zinc, and because it's so beautiful, so it attracts the tourist always. So government is organizing and giving the occupation the people who are living here, like tourism, and these types of industries are flourishing recent years. Okay. So sheep are raised in a small number in the southwestern coast. As I told you that southwestern coast is the warmest place, so little bit sheep are raised here in the small number. Okay, a small part of the land southwestern region is suitable for agriculture. Yes, because it's a, first of all, it's a coastal area and it is little bit warm, so it is suitable for agriculture. Some vegetables like potato also grown here in the southern western west part. In the southwest part, that little bit warm temperature is here, so potatoes are also grown here. Okay, this is up to agriculture and industry. So now we'll talk about how people live here in that harsh and cold climate. Okay, as I told you that those people are living here are called Eskimos and Inuits. Okay, the population of the Greenland is less than 60,000, means now it is calculated like it is now 60,000 population is living here. Most of the Greenlanders lives in villages. Most of the Greenland lives in villages, and in the southwestern part, as I told you before, because first of all it has a coastal area, and second thing it is little bit warm according to the north part. Green Eskimos or Inuits are the original inhabitants of the Greenland. Inuits are short, stout and hardy people with yellowish skin and high cheekbone. See here in the book they are telling the type of people living here. They are short in height, stout and hardy people. Hardy means they are doing very hard work, and they have yellowish skin and high cheekbone they are having also. Over a long period of time they have been able to adjust to the harsh climate of Arctic Circle, because now they are living for many years, so now they have the habit of how to deal with this harsh climate. The Inuits or Eskimos still live a primitive life. They depend on their natural surrounding to survive. They are good hunters. They live in places where hunting can be done easily. They mostly hunt the caribou, Arctic fox here, walrus, seal, polar bear and musk oxen. Harpoon is the long spear with a rope attached to it as their hunting tool. Modern Eskimos means two type of Eskimos are here, that some Eskimos are living the primitive life. Primitive means traditional life, and some Eskimos are turning to the modern life. Primitive life and modern life. So the modern Eskimos use guns. They use guns and they use harpoons. Okay, I'll show you the picture of the harpoon here. Animal skin is used to make clothes, yes, and they are having hoods and they called parkas. I told you again. I'll give you the picture also. First we read. The fat of walrus, seal and whales is used as a fuel. Since they move from one place to for hunting, So here you can see that these Eskimo and Inuits were the original inhabitants of the Greenland. They are mainly hunters and they survive by fishing and hunting animals that lived in the region. So this type of clothes they are wearing, these clothes are made by animal skin, and they are having hood at the head. This type of hood they are having, so this is called parkas. So this type of costume is called parkas. That fur-lined jacket the Inuits wear is called parkas because they are having this hoods, they are having this type of hoods and long jacket, so these are calling parkas. Okay, and these parkas are made up of skin and fur of the animals, and they are using these skin and fur and these the fat of the animals as a fuel also. They are using the fat of the animals as a fuel also. For hunting, earlier they used harpoons and bows. These sharp, that thing that you can see here, na, this sharp thing, that is called harpoon, and this is the bow. So on that, with the help of the bow, that harpoon are used by these Eskimos for hunting these animals. But now the modern Eskimos are using guns. Inuits were nomadic. I told you earlier that nomadic are the people, those are traveling one place to another and they are not having the permanent settled houses. So for traveling they use sledges. Sledges, I told you, this type of cart, this type of transport which is pulling by the Huskies dogs. So these are called the sledges. This is the means of transport for the Eskimos. For one place to another they are going, and in under the water they are using this type of boats, and these are calling kayaks. These are calling kayaks. This type of boat you can see in this picture, and even in your book also, that kayaks are using by the people that when they are going under water for fishing and some other work. And for one place to another, as I told you, they are nomadic, so they never built a settled house, so they made igloos. So what's the shape of the igloos? Igloos is this type of shape, and it is made up of bricks and snow. It is made up of bricks and snow. It is temporary house. While roaming around, the Inuits built temporary houses made of ice blocks are called igloos. So this type of houses are called igloos. Since they move from one place to another for hunting, they make the temporary houses of ice is called igloos. While living in the near coastal areas, they make earth huts and use kayaks as a special kind of boat for transportation to move on ice. Sledges pulled by the dogs are used. In summer they build huts for tents. In summer they are using tents called topics. The tents they are built in summer. In winters they build igloos, and in summers they build topics. And they are made up of skin of animal, and this is called tent also. In this topics they use the skin of animals and bones of the animals also. They use goggles made up of wood, bones and ivory to protect their eyes against the glaring sun. Okay, modern Inuits, yes, I told you before like that. Now with the help of the government, that modern Inuits living the settled life. I'll show you in the picture like which kind of houses they are having. See in the picture in this picture you can see that this is the modern Inuits, that with the help of government, now they are living in the coastal area in the southwestern part. They are living now the settled life. They are having the settled houses also, and they get the mobile phone, electricity, everything by the government, with the help of the government, and now they are living, most of the Inuits are living the settled life. So the Greenland, today the Greenland's population is about 56,000 people, has mixed the population made by mostly of Inuits and Europeans also. The mixed population is living here, that Inuits and Europeans. Almost the entire population is living in the southwestern part. I told you like 90% or 92% people, means almost most of the people are living in that region. This capital Nuuk has the biggest population, 15,500, and so the capital Nuuk is the biggest population, 15,500, and Holstenberg has the second largest population, 5,500. Modern Inuits live a settled life. Most of them live in a town on the southwestern coast. They do not go for hunting but use rifle and snowmobiles. Now they are having that, modern Eskimos are having rifles and snowmobiles, and most of the Eskimos are living now the settled life. They also use power boat instead of kayaks. They are using now power boats, and they wear the clothes made up of skin, lined for clothes. They are calling the hood jacket, you know, they are calling hood jacket, and this is called the parkas. These hood jacket are calling the parkas. These jackets are lined with special fur. The modern Inuits use modern means of communication also. Nuuk, the capital of Greenland, has a population of 15,345 or about 15,500. Holstenberg is now the second largest city of the Greenland. Ilulissat is also a big and important town of the Greenland, is connected with the world through air transport. So this Greenland is connected with the world, means if we want to go to the Greenland, this is the one means of transport, that is air transport. Okay, so it's up to you, Greenland. I hope every and each slide helps you to understand this chapter better, and just read this chapter once again and try to understand the hard words like Inuits, harpoons, kayaks, topic, parkas, all these that keywords are using in this chapter. Okay, take care till then, bye bye.